Amandla. Amandla. Viva EFF, viva. Long live EFF, long live. I will EFF, I will. Tata EFF, Tata. Tata EFF, Tata. Down with ANC, down. Down with Cyril Ramaphosa, down. Down with DA, down. Down with Helen Zille, down. Auwe mmušo wa digata marukgwana, auwe. Auwe mmušo wa digata marukgwana, auwe. Amandla. Thank you very much. Raleboa, Deputy President, Comrade Floyd Shibambo, our Secretary General, Comrade Marshal Dlamini, the DSG, Popi Mailula, our National Chairperson, Veronica Mente, and Treasurer General, Umpile Mautwe, Relebwe, Central Command Team members, and the War Council members. And we thank also the PCT of Gauteng, the RCTs of Tshwane, Joburg, Sedibeng, Western, and Ekurhuleni. We also want to thank all ground forces who came here today in their numbers. Comrades, today is not a day of a celebration. It's a day where we came to confirm the existence of each other. This meeting is a meeting of survivors. For because we saw a lot of our people dying in their numbers, and we survived and were here to confirm that indeed we survived, not because we've got a good government. We don't even know how we arrived here. Because this government abandoned us at a point when we needed them the most. When our people needed PPEs, they were not there. When our people needed food parcels, they were not there. Those food parcels that arrived in our townships and villages, they were not given to a lot of our people. When our people needed shelter, they brought soldiers on the streets. Soldiers occupied our streets because we don't have houses. In our shacks, they are too small for many of us. Because we've got no place to stay. Because mashole under this government. We are survivors because because we don't have water. How can we wash our hands? And without washing hands, we survived. We are here today. But we saw many of our people dying on the way, not because they were reckless, not because they were not complying, but because there was no water to wash hands. Water is not enough. There was no soap, there was no sanitizer, there was nothing. The little that we had, by by yale bana ba bona, by yale basadi ba bona le banna ba bona, le dinyatsi tša bona di tlišitše mebele, di nontšhitše ke tšhelete tša utswiwa. What type of freedom is this one? a freedom without water, a freedom without houses, a freedom without toilets, a freedom without access to quality education, a freedom without clinics and hospitals, a freedom without proper roads, a freedom with the highest unemployment amongst young people, a freedom of poverty and hunger amongst the so-called liberated. What type of freedom is this? What did we fight for? What did Mandela go to prison for? What did Sibukwe die for? What did they kill Solomon Mahlangu for? What did they kill Krisani for? Why did they put Winnie Mandela in isolation for so many years? For what? Because we don't see what these people died for and they were imprisoned for. What type of freedom is this? What type of a revolution is this? Where people say the revolution has taken place, yet the oppressor lost nothing. They still own the land. They still own the economy. They still own the environment. They still control our movements. This freedom is not free. How can it be free without economic power? How can it be free when our people are dying? The sick continue to sleep without food. How bulela netieri bonanka mukana arena? 27 years. When you tell this truth, barwa tell how bulela netie barrekas votele EFF karbana ba ona ba tell we are not going to lie because we want you to vote for us. Le re khopela hore re bolele maka, especially ba khekolo le ba khalabe ba mo South Africa ba bo ba tsamaya ba re bana ba rena rena le lena e ba fitla ka kwa balloting ba votela maka. Na sanga ka bona batho ba bagolo ba o bolela maka. Le ba re le rata di pension le di food parcel tloelang o bolela maka le be le tloele re botsa re le rena re bolele maka. Re ka se a bolele maka nkampe re khwe re se mmusho mare ya re tle re tsene mmushong ka o rapeletša boroko ka o budulala yeo re ka se kgona. Let's die in the opposition benches with our truth. Let us not opt for political expediency because we want power at all costs. Neti ay bolelwe. Because batho ba rena ba bolawa ke tlala. Ge o ka tswa ka mo holong e re beng ka o yona ka mo mafure ka mo. Wa yo bona hore batho ba le bantši jwang in those hostels. You see the conditions those people live in. You go and see the conditions of the people of Atteridgeville, of Soshanguve, of Mamelodi. Nothing has changed except giving us some street lights. Jauhwa hadi fedile globe wa isa change. Re street light sa o se tuke. E ba nyaka utswa tšhelete ba tla ba dia tselanyana mola ha pula e senona e tsamaya le yona sekontiri sa ona se šala Ramaphosa morao le sona se a venda se tšea ke pula. Re sa telela ke makgowa 27 years into power. Ge o ya bankeng e controla ke makgowa. Ha o ya di mining o controla makgowa. He o re o dia planinyana ka hore wa sokola o ya mo toropong o controla dikoloi wa di phakisha o ra di phake mo e makgowa sa o nyake ba o kuba. You are not doing anything wrong. Auna mebereko ria khwa ka tlala. We make a plan ya ropa kisha dikoloi he lekgowa le ka no bona wa le šišimiša le ya o kuba. They control the space. They control everything. 27 years into democracy. Bana ba bolaiwa ba kgopela thuto ya mahala. Bana a ba kgopele dinyaope. Re rile mo basweng tsamayang sekolong ba re theletša ba ya sekolong he ba fita di-gating ba re nyako tsena sekolo a rena tšhelete ba bethwa ka raba bullet. Mara lena le bakgekolo le bakgalabe lena bana ba lena ba hwa ba bolaiwa ba thuntšhiwa lena le rwala ditšeiana lo voutela batho ba bolayang bana ba lena. The people who are selling us out today is our grandfathers and our grandmothers. They are the ones who are keeping these people in government. ANC, out of its own admission, they've admitted or youth e voted like EFF. Bona ba tlhokometse ke bakgekolo ba ba rena ba. Bakgekolo ba kolota metsi le mabone. They can't afford to pay ba timela. Ba nna ka mo ba sena metsi mara e ba ka ba election ke bona number 1. Ba votela batho ba timetše metsi le motlhagase. Na bakgekolo ba ešo le bakgalabe bana ba lena ba le kweše bohloko na le ntše le bana ba tsene dikolo ba tšotšea degree. They are unemployed. Ha o tsamaya mola o tšere patla hao o yo vouta ka mo gae ka mo o šile bana ba batlhano ba bereki o voutela ona mokgatlo wola o dileng gore bana ba ska bereka o ba togetše ka gae. Na bakgekolo ba ešo le bakgala ba ešo matswalo a lena ile kae? Le fa magodu monyetla wa utswa mešomo ya bana ba lena. We must make sure gore re bantšha mmušo le lena ge le lwala. The same old people ge ba lwala ge gore o ba iša sepetlele sa mmušo ba gana ba re gape o ka ya kua a o boe ba re o ka ya moo a o boe e re moya o di o tswa ka mo ntong ka mo ke se ka yo o tswa ke o kgwela kwana. Le a tseba gore mmušo o a o so lefe le dipetlele tša dipetlele. The basic thing called hospitals, they didn't give them to you. Mara ha le yo vota you forget all of that. 27 years into power. There is no infrastructure. There is no sanitation, no toilets. The highest form of unemployment ever experienced in the history of this country. It's happening today. The black professionals, the so-called middle class, the so-called journalists, black journalists, who continue to write and protect this corrupt government, yet they know 27 years into democracy, their black excellence is not recognized where they work. Mamota ANC ya bakuba kwa SABC. Bajika mo di officing cha EFF. They are always in the EFF offices. Yo, where's Julius? Where's Julius? The whole SABC, the ANC is firing them. But when it's nice, EFF is a problem. When it's bad, they all know the direction of the offices of the EFF. Go for example, SABC, the same thing with ENCA, the same thing with 702. All black journalists and all black professionals, when they get into trouble, they are looking for EFF number. Maraba yale mahuwa ole monat. Hey, this EFF is a problem, you know. ntšha sekgowa ka dinko ba sa twa bose ke moka lekgowa le fite le morrae ka mo morao ka mo a re ko botša Julius o lebetše ore o ba ngwala di-Facebook le di-Twitter a re bolela slang mamotha o travelong o a re nyaka. Let's tell you, black child, we are going to help you. Whether you talk bad about us or you talk good about us, we are for black people. We will help black people, whether they love us or not. Because baba ngwe baba bona ba sa ba tshwere mo megopolong. So we need them to be liberated so that we can help them. We are going to help all black people. There is an EFF in every black person. There was EFF in Nelson Mandela. As a limo staging, as a performer, as a anti himself, he used to complain about white dominance of the economy and the land. I give sure Ramaphosa only EFF nagare. Ola o gare ba mo tšeetše mala le pelo gore ba mo tšhela le madi a makgowa. Ba di opalela ko mo fa pontshe ya gore a be lekgowa. Ba apalela le ko lokiša nkwe ya hae gore e be le nthananyana. I don't see any smallest EFF in Ramaphosa. I see everything white about Ramaphosa. Merekwa ke utusha makgowa. Rina, we are more than 80% of the population in South Africa. Mara, we control 10% of the land. 90% of the land is controlled by white capital. We have nothing. Yet we are called upon to celebrate landlessness. When they say to you, let's go and celebrate Freedom Day, they mean you must celebrate not having a land. They mean you must celebrate being unemployed. They mean you must celebrate going to bed hungry. What is freedom without food? Na sangara votela robala le makgowa rena. Arnya go jola le makgowa. Re vote le fase. Go re kre le fase le re leme. Re be le dikgomo, re be le diamond le di gold. Re control economy ya naga ya rena. Ke ntwe re ilwetse, not to re rate ke makgowa. We didn't fight to be liked by white people. We are not in a honeymoon with white people. We don't owe white people anything, including explanation on why we want the land. They owe us an apology and explanation as to why did they oppress us? Why did they kill our people? How can we speak like this in our own country, in our own land? Speak like beggars who don't know what they are here for. We didn't go to anyone's land. We didn't go to anyone's country. We are in our own country. We are asking for what rightfully belongs to us. And that is a crime. They say, no, there is freedom. What type of freedom is this without economic freedom? O bolela tšhelete. Le wena wa tseba ka gae ge wena le lekgo ba decide di-date le gore bo bolokela kae a o sena tšhelete a o tsenye molomo. Jalo nna re ta bolela yo mo country ye re sena tšhelete. Ape ntho e tlo re fa maatla gore re bolele ke re ka tšea lekhumo la naga ya rena. Le a tseba le ka gae e gore o fa inputnyana ya lekgo ba re ema batho ba sa bolela wena man. Emanya a o tele metsi. batho ba sa bolela ba ra gore ba le ba utswa magweng ba buile le ditsokwananyana wena o decide date o ena le bokae. That's what is happening in this country. Abantu ba bantsho ba re ba bolela ba re o le mang o tla ntsha bokae bona ba bolela ba re as taxpayers we must be listened to as taxpayers. We're not up at no land, we have no education, we've got no power at all. When you try to make an input, but who are you? Because without land, you are nothing. Kwa parlamente, re tsentšitše molao re molawana re le EFF or constitution e change so that we can amend section 25, re expropriate our land without compensation. Mara today, the ANC is selling us out. Re nyaka o bolela mo, or if the ANC is not going to amend the constitution the way we want it as the EFF, we will not vote with them. We are not going to vote for Mickey Mouse amendment, for an artificial amendment. We want a radical amendment that puts the land in the hands of the state. The state must be a custodian of the land and give me and you and everybody else a hectare. Own a hectare. Rebele mabita. Na re to fisha batho ba borena a se setšo sa rena sana seo. We want to bury our people. Where is the land in Atteridgeville? There is a land beyond mountains there. Let's go and occupy it and use it for the benefit of our people. Comrades, the ANC has been infiltrated from long time ago. Khale ena le dimpimpi, the ANC had sellouts inside. Some of them, they didn't have to have a number. Yabo spy. Mara ke khale we na le di spy ka mo ANC. Luano ayetile mpili today. Liena ki mpimpi ya mathomo. Ya o bereka le makhuwa. Ya o ja tšhelete tša makhuwa. O rekišetša naga ya rena today back into the hands of white people. That's why re sa tshwanela go ba tshepa batho ba ANC. We don't trust them. And that's why we are not shocked that they are backing down on the amendment of section 25 to allow expropriation of land without compensation. Marabatsibe, we will not vote with them, but we will not stop fighting for the amendment of section 25 to allow expropriation of land without compensation. What is freedom without land? We want our land, and Akere were requesting a land. We want it. It belongs to us. It belongs to our ancestors. They killed them for this land. And we will get it, comrades. Musho wa Ramaphosa o wishitse Eskom abalese Zuma. Zuma o fedile lena le tota le bolla ka Zuma. Zuma I chaile. Re mo papatile o dija di kgomo ani yalo kwa nkandla o fedile. Don't kick a man when he's down, especially if he's a black man. Once you drop him, and then you leave him like that. Ichwanko Zuma Eskom itamaile. Bati mama bone. So that we can cook. And when we don't cook and we don't bath, Babu Abare, hey, the only way to fix this Eskom is to sell it to a private sector. Because we are frustrated, Ritlori, yes. Who is the private sector? It's the white man. They want to sell Eskom to a white man. di flamatšhene di wele, SAA e wele, ba kry-ile dilo di šile ke maburu, ba fita ba di wiša, di flamatšhene a di sa fofa, ke di karikana di wawa ke ditonki, ka gore flamatšhene a ke re swantše e fofe, e ntše fase ke kariki, tšhitšhile di a bola di kitima ke magoto. Why? Ramaphosa and Jamnandas have collapsed SAA so that they can come back to you and say, the only way we can get these flights or the fofe is to sell them to these white people. Because we want flights, glory, yes. They frustrate you out of your own frustration. They then say, here is the solution. SAA, iwi, Dinel, ya dithunya. Really ra producer mo South Africa a fighting jet. Ya ulwa ba inyaka ma China le ma America, itwa mo South Africa, company e ba e bitsa gore ke Dinel. Re producer dithunya. Company we e will. And also it will. It means more and more people are becoming unemployed. And unemployed might sound nice, but more and more people are going to die of poverty and hunger. Because a black person who is employed supports not less than 10 black people. How kuba mutomuti mommereko omuntu? You must know that you have destroyed more than 10 people through one person. So I can recall in Akwakiri, Dinele Ewele. Let's say a lot of black people are now swimming in poverty. Batamai, Bafitaba Wisha, South African Post Office. Ntola beretse ba deliver mangwalo, ba ratanja. Aisa deliver mangwalo, ke a godisha medende. Post Office, Aisa dia its original purpose. E busy ka medende. By wish it. Transnet, it was led by Gama. When Gama was in Transnet, they made a lot of money. Transnet was one of the best companies which could declare profit. Today, Transnet, iwi, pafedije kayo, Prasa, yeli namelandi treni chayona, Prasa, iwile, iwisha ki musho, wowa today. Why? They want to sell all those companies to white people who are friends of our president. Our president is stealing our asset daylight under our watch. When we talk, they say, wear a mask. Arsa gona lo bolela or ke a bola ba sanitize. But they must know that we will never stop talking. Even behind this mask, we will talk whether ba riko or ba rikwi. Bubula na ka mo ara di maski, bata ko rona le bothata. Bothata kingi, they are stealing our asset. Ramaphosa must stop stealing our asset. Jamnandas must stop stealing our asset. We must protect our asset. And the only way to protect our asset is by removing these people from power. We need to take them out, and the sooner we do that, the better. But let me tell you, we will never remove anyone from power if there are no structures of the EFF. We will never remove anyone from power if the youth of South Africa do not register. But most South Africa only more than 2.8 million young people between the ages of 14 and 19. But when you go to the IEC, the people who have registered between 14 and 19 give up 46,000. Which means young people, the voters of the EFF, are not registered to vote. Why? The EFF does not have branches. And if those branches are there, they don't know their job. So how do we get this right? Let's go and launch the branches of the EFF in the whole of Tshwane, in the whole of Johannesburg, in the whole of Ekurhuleni, West Rand and City Bay. EFF must be everywhere. Every voting station must have EFF volunteers. Every street in South Africa must have EFF volunteers. Every factory in South Africa must have EFF volunteers. Every school, every university, even burial societies must have representatives of the EFF, SGPs, hospital boards, everywhere. Let's go there. Walker, you are scared of them. Let's take them head on. Let's take them toe to toe. Let's go into each and every house and preach the gospel of the liberation of black people, a true, total emancipation of black people. Only the EFF can do that. If you are an EFF member and you are not registered to vote, you are a coward. Umpimpi. Utshwana le Ramaphosa. When you leave here, you must go and register tomorrow. Go to the office in IEC. Why? Re lwa le batho ba. And re tlo ba defeata ka vote. That is the only way re tla kgona go dia what we want to do freely without fearing anybody. We must launch all branches of EFF by the end of May. We must launch all regions of the EFF by the end of June. By the 1st of May, there is no longer launching of branches. It is day to day, door to door. Door to door becomes our bread and butter because that is the only weapon we can use to defeat these people. And when we go to regional conferences, we don't want bomabina o solwa but ba o rata ditulo ba o nyoko bitšwa di chairperson le di secretary mara ba sa bereke ba tsamaya ba freya magarebe ka diposo tša rena tša EFF motho a nyaka o introducewa le ko di funeraleng le di birthday tša bana ba re ke regional chairperson gane e dio ba useless chairperson who can't even give a speech, who can't even address a party. Of a 1-year-old. We want an inspiring chairperson. We want a radical chairperson. We want a chairperson that fights for our people, not for his family, not for his friends, but for the EFF and the black people. We don't want a weak chairperson or are marching to Atteridgeville police station. Half a we are not inspired. We are Atteridgeville police station. Why? Because our chairperson is uninspiring. o bo rekile bodulasetulo a reka vote a reka branch a launcha di branch tša bošego baloi ba fofa bošego ba tsamaya ba launcha di branch tša EFF o tlo tshwarea moloi ke wena o tlo tshwarea and a re ka o kry-a mo EFF re ta o ruta go phela le batho branch a e launchiwe motsheare letšatši le tlhabile batho ba bona go be le ditlhatse go be le di-membera le di-supporters ga nako o vouta e fitla o vouta di-member but supporters must be there to witness democracy taking place in the branches of the EFF. Unokoba councillor, if you want to be a councillor, every ward is a launch branch in good standing. I feature submitted 500 names of people who will say we will vote for the EFF. So that the area of voter counter, we don't want to count from 0. We want to count from 500 going forward. Zero da isiela bo mashaba mo di chance take aje ba renge bo mashaba ba ke bona ba di 0. We must have a branch in good standing. We must have 500 names of registered voters who say we will vote for the EFF. They don't have to be members. You speak to them face to face, you take their ID, you take their cell phone number. We are going to call them to verify if you spoke to them. Krukukuena, okakra wile mabite ngwayo ngwala batho ba ukwa mo wa refa list. So, comrades, we are going to elections. Kruku announced the election in Bushiu. Yarria the election in 27 October. After Rebabudi Chewori, Bulwechi Sibu Butlore Fecha, Rita Yuan the election in we Rina Bulwech. Let's postpone the elections by announce Bushiu. By 27 October, because Banana Reachaba, Arichabi. We care about you. We care about your health. Bare kharameja yalo today rekopani mo ritlerba bonchor na richabisi. We are not scared. Ramaphosa, you want elections? Bring them now. Even if you can bring them tomorrow, even if you can bring them tonight, we will defeat the ANC in Tshwane, we'll defeat the ANC in Joburg, we'll defeat the ANC in Ikuruleni, because we are not scared. When we become reasonable, they think we are cowards. These mafias, these schemers, when we negotiate politely and say, guys, our people are dying because of the pandemic, they think we're scared. But no, let's go. Why are they saying we must postpone? It means they are not ready. Ever ready. Ask Ikuruleni people or Baba Budi Cheneng or Batlemo. They were told yesterday, they are here today. Ask Joburg people who Baba Budi Cheneng or Batlemo. They were told yesterday, they are here today. Ask Western, ask City Bay. They were told yesterday, they are here today. Why? We are combat ready. When called upon to go and fight for the victories of our people, it doesn't matter it's night or day, whether it's raining or sun shining, at any time, we are there. This one thinks they are not ready. Why are they saying, let's postpone elections? When we say let's postpone elections, we want to see the behavior of this pandemic. Because elections is rallies. Elections is door to door. How can you do elections without door-to-door? How can you do elections without rallies? He said we must go to elections. There's no one who's going to tell us that we are many here. After we told them, then let's not go to elections. No one is going to tell us we are many here. These crooks, let me tell you what they want to do. They want to say, you must be 250, you must be 1,000. Then, Bona, they use their resources to talk to their people, because DA people have got TVs, have got radios, have got cell phones, have got emails. They can send them SMSs anytime. But no door-to-door, no rally. Bona ba phone gam. Wena real phone le patata lona unalo la 150. Mara asile charge. Ka bo mamang aba gona ba tswaletse o charge kwa. A ke re wena una motlakase. Jalo nna ro bolela le lena jwang without us meeting like this? How are we going to campaign? Because EFF supporters are the poorest of the poor. They don't have TV, they don't have cell phone, they don't have data, they don't have anything. The only way we can talk to each other is this way. Don't blame it on us, blame it on Ranko, Mr. Nose Ramaphosa. He's the one who declared elections and he thought we are not ready. We are ready. Abad. Arma Chavi. Let them come. We are ready, and our ground forces, they've been missing the ground. They've been wanting to work. They are agitated. They are ready to take over. Their words end. When we said to them, let's go, bar le rejela kae. Now, you must know, or our PR list, what councillors only. We are not doing PR list. We want what candidates only. But banko PR ya EFF ke ba tla ba lositse di what tsa bona ba tlo tsena kwa PR ka gore ke mang dinomoro tsa di beng godimo. The more numbers you get, the higher chance you get of going to council. Re lapile ka lwetse tsa o tswafa. We've been awarding laziness. Bo councilor bo fedile gale le re ganyetsa le sa bereke mmereko wa EFF a ikope hak aye. O sa lo jele ka bo PR. Ha o tsana PR mo. Ke what? O kre ba re kwena regional chairperson. You can't even win to be a what candidate. O leader Mammon. Who leader the whole region, but your branch can't trust you as a regional secretary to be a candidate of a what? Okasten. Whether a secretary region or a secretary region, criteria is you must be a what candidate. And about clothes and a saw. Kabo holo babona. No more yahodimu wa paleching or 10. Ai lo re ke monna ro nya ka mosadi wa nomoro wa godimo o a tsena ka gore ya basadi yona wa rata o rat ra ba tsenje tokolo ye. It will never be true freedom without women participation. Ba tsena basadi e wa mathomo ele monna ka nomoro e kgolo, and then ba ba molatelang ele banna ro tšea mosadi o la kwa fase ra mo tsentšha
Rabua, Ralatela Muna Ola Wabubedi wa nomoro ya odimo. A tsena, ra yo topa mosadi ola wa fasefase, ra mo tsentsha. Ka rena ntwe ya basadi, a re fafatle fela. Re a imina. There is no way in the EFF where there will be representatives and those representatives are not 50% or more with women. We mean it, and if it low change and we Samosa meme ngwe mekhatho. Una le mengwe ba re ke bo A B C D E F G Z. Ke mentši mekhatho. Ka mo gae ka mo basadi ba tsena ka counseling ya tshwane ba tsena ba tsamaya ka reverse ba apere di domestic clothes tša bona ba tsena o ba bone dikgadi tša mo EFF ke motse wa mojwang wa go toka dikgadi o se ka tla re confused. So please go and work your what, and it's not enough to lose. You must lose with high numbers. So in 2016, organization is very big. It has got a way of correcting its own mistakes. We are doing that now. Baba fedile mpilo ba re kwatetse ba re lebeletse TV mamota re ke correct. O ska felela EFF pelo wena berekela EFF whether ina le mathata or haina mathata or mokgatlo wa eshushu. This is my organization. I will work for it, and everybody ile phoso ke a tseba they will find a way of correcting it. Comrades, we must make sure that we win and win with high numbers. Tshwane ye re nyaka ka makata a namane. Na ebile ke a thuta ke tlo tsupela mo o fetela re tšea pleke. Ra nyaka pleke a raloke. Low hanging fruit, Tshwane is available for you, EFF. Stop playing with opportunities. You are losing the simplest things. This municipality belongs to you. Let's go and take over this municipality and give it back to Abu Gogo. The youth must have a conversation with elderly people and make them aware. This loyalty to Nelson Mandela is costing their children big time. Aule Motswadi is no longer about you. It's about your children. So we have reached that point now. Comrades, there is no freedom in South Africa. There was just exchange of seats. Black people swapped seats with white people after elections. Nothing changed after that except color. Don't be misled. Nothing has changed. We are not saying apartheid is better. Apartheid is not better. But it becomes more painful when you are oppressed by people who should be understanding your condition. Wabona obetake liburu, I pay ni that much. Mara obetake wana mau, urban na maradima neban. Of all people, this guy. That's what makes it more painful. Kaufela jonagi di varam club. But the one of a white man is less painful because he doesn't know where you come from. He doesn't know your struggles. But those people who know our struggle, why are they beating us to those ones? Because they should be on our side. Watamayang ANC ekaluka ANC kasaluka ngwaneshu. Iya kwa iya libiteng. And alor wena wa ishalam rao o tsena le ona mo libiteng. Wena unyoko ba mosemelo wa ANC wena. Rena, we are liberated skepe siya nwelela. Wena wa e bona Titanic is sinking, we shall unyoko tsena na kua. So please, the day we accept we don't have true freedom, that's the day we are going to wake up and start fighting. We must fight. And that day of fighting is here. Vaccine gayon. Bar vaccine yeta. E vaccine fita. Ape ba e testa bar no e bereka 22%. Khane ba dishetle zerini bar ke vaccine. Ba tsama ba thabela batho ka gripe water bar ke vaccine. Ke moka ba re e expirile. Hey, e expirile. Her sari expirile bar change expiry date. Uka change expiry date. O tlo ba bona makgodu ra bereka jwang. Ba ready ho refale an expired vaccine. Ba just change the expiry date. Jane ja bona diatla mo South Africa ba di causa di blood clot. Ba di stopi. Ke dilo tša ma-America ba ja le bona. Di Pfizer tše ba di nyakang gore di te mo South Africa, they require a different type of storage. And Pfizer ba swantše ba o tlhabele gabedi, ba o tlhabele no way after some weeks, ba o tlhabele gape. Mara go na le vaccine from Russia, ba re ke Sputnik. Sputnik e bereka 99% safe. A ba inyaki. Why? Because ba ja le ma-America. Sputnik is prepared to give us 8 million. Ya tšona di vaccine tše tša bona di tle mo ba tlhabele tšona re save maphelo 8 million. A ba inyaki. Because ba jetše molato mpeng. Ba tšo ja tšhelete ya ma-America o na le galabelela la o huma too much mo ba re ke ma. The old man, the white man who came to play tennis, Bill Gates, ke ena re tshwere mogala boo. Re tshwere ke Bill Gates because Ramaphosa o ja le Bill Gates, and Bill Gates has got interest now in some of these vaccines that are not working because they are working together. Le sa bereke ba no re shushumetša yona because Ramaphosa o jele. But they are not interested in saving life. They are interested in money. Ba nyaka tšhelete. So re nyaka Russian vaccine. Sputnik a itle mo ba tla ba re tlhabele gore re tuše di mask tše re nyaka go phela le rena. Ka re kakatetše ke dilo šetše. Re feng vaccine re bie di mask tše fase re thoma o bereka economy ya rena e tsoge bana ba rena ba kreye mešomo. Whether vaccine e tšwa Russia or e tšwa America, that should not be an issue. The issue should be, is this vaccine going to work? And if the answer is yes, re tlhabela. Wa kwa re lwa ka eng? Re lwa ka dilo tša makgowa kwa. Ka rena re paletše ko dia tša rena mo. Ma-China e re ke le botšeng kua China mo bolwetši bo bo thomileng a ba sa apara di-mask. Ba ba thabetše ka moka na bona. Batho ba le bolwetši bo ba bo tseba ka gore bo thomile ya nako. Why research vaccine from China and come and give it to our people here? Ka Zimbabwe ba ya vaccine ya China. Till today, asangara kwa ditori tša gore batho ba na le di blood clot. Rena re ja ya America e re causated the blood clot. Why is the Chinese vaccine working? This pandemic started in China. They studied it for a very long time. Now they are mastering it. mara ka hore motho o jile tšhelete ya Bill Gates ba na re kry-a vaccine from China. Re tlo thoma e nyaka ka dikgoka ka gore a ba re theeletše. We want to warn Cyril Ramaphosa. We are going to take a very radical action. If vaccine from China and Russia are not allowed here, they must be allowed the same way they allow every vaccine from India, from America, from Europe. Let people have a choice. We want that vaccine and we want it now because we want to save life. We are not interested in their transactions and their business. We are interested in saving life. Baga now lefa vaccine because they've eaten the money. Makodwa basheje ba gochi. They've taken money. So we want all of available vaccine to be provided to everyone who wants to be vaccinated. If usanyaka vaccinate you, unyaka unwa lengana uarabele, it's your choice. No one must be forced to be vaccinated. Comrades, arena musho ujere ke magoa. Arien roja musho wa rena, serele o rekisitše naha ya rena, o e bušeditše magoeng. Ka moka dilo tšela be re di achievile, re re di-BEE, re re batho ba rena o ka re ba tsoa. All of us are now back to square one. If you have a black person who had a BEE in a company that works with ESCOM, they have been removed now. If you had a BEE, Liberega go SAA, but they have been removed now. Why? The whites no longer need BEE partners because they bought a president. Why do they need you? But regular president. They've got a protection from the president. So, Lebo Naba Naba, by the BEE, Araba Kwele Butloko, because Eba Krea Chelete, by Fa ANC and Abona, or Ielwe Nagadi Head. Yalo, Diluma Leva Rafi, Utobonor Diapuka, Diluma Leva Rafi. So, comrades, ANC Motswanimo. Aina chelet. ANC mo tswane mo e etile pele ke madekere mashilu. So ele ka ba la fenya ke ditlatla tše o ra re le west gore le na le wa matapagerere le ka fenya ke mashilu shilu a au sana batho mo tswane mo ANC mo tswane e wele o šetše lena or le tšee mmušo. They are not united, abakwane. Ba re ntlo le role a le tswa le kgoši. A gona kgoši e ka tšwang ka mo la ntlong e la le role la ANC. Jalo lena ka kwa gona le role a le bone opportunity and grab it and take over power. Oscar lela oba cancelara. Les kabala fitala lo ale keta di candidate. Lo elauchia musho. O ru hire utene kamo musho. O create a permanent job. O cancelara ke 5 years. Let's take government and give you banaba chwane mebereko ya chwane. These jobs must come to you. Ikuruleni ela, it belongs to you. Mebereko ya ikuruleni kia lena. Jalo lena le dia mistake. Le lwela uba di cancelar. Ntwela ke 5 years. Tsena kamola ru tsenye muna. Utsene permanently. Uskalwela bu cancelar. Lwela maspala. Ebare, hey, fighter, fighter. Abe be re nagana gore o tlo tsena wena. O re nna whether ke a tsena a ke tsene a ke nyaka go tseba. As long as we na le berete khibidu ka kua, ke nna le nna ke represented inside that council. Because a ke apare berete khibidu ka gore ke nyaka mmereko. Ke apara berete khibidu because I want to liberate my people. If le antlompa ka stulo, no problem. Mara nka se se lwele. And if le na le tlolwa in my name, take my name out of that. Nna ke tswele pele ke berekela mokgatlo. A ke nyake stulo, ke nyaka di poster, robianeng di poster. A ke nyake stulo, ke nyaka door to door, rodianeng door to door. A ke nyake stulo, ke nyaka recruit more members to come to the EFF. As long as ANC re ka entšha, ke ta hwa ka pelo e shweu. Whether ke nna or a se nna, I don't care. I want the red flag to fly high. And the red flag will fly high in Ikuruleni this year. The red flag will fly high in Joburg this year. The red flag will fly high in Western this year. The red flag will fly high in Citibank this year. The red flag will fly high in Tshwane this year. The red flag in 2024 will fly high at the Union Building when we install the socialist government in South Africa that will look after our people. Amanda! Amanda! Viva EFF, viva! Nyabasabana! Nyabasabana! Forward to victory, forward! Forward to victory, forward! Amanda! Long live the undying spirit of Winnie Mandela, long live! Long live the fighting spirit of Winnie Mandela, long live! Amanda! Woza 27 October, woza! Woza 27 October, woza! Thank you very much.